Hello, everyone. This is part two of the after party that I started yesterday, but ran out of time and I couldn't do the entire review of the video that I was reviewing, which was called the Core Queen Podcast, episode 28. Where is your baby daddy? Candid interview with viral sensation Chanel Dior. Now, I offered some of my thoughts yesterday, but as I said, I ran out of time. But a lot of people wanted me to do the review again, or continue the review, I should say. So, with that thought in mind, I decided that I'm going to do the damn thing. Well, I already made the decision yesterday that I was going to do it. But I am going to take the time before BGS jumps on in about 75 minutes to do the entire video review. So, with that thought in mind, I want to make sure I get the video out to as many people as I can so I can get an audience like I had in here yesterday. And you guys were awesome. You guys were absolutely awesome yesterday. Whoops. I can't spell chaos. What is wrong with me today? It's hot. It's 89 degrees. It's about 90 degrees. And there we go. That's the person I wanted to try to get this to. All right, let's have some fun. Let's review once again the Core Queen Podcast episode 28. And if you guys like what you are watching and hearing, as I said, I got a little bit more time today. Please help my family with a Cash App donation or a Super Chat donation. Both go to helping my family. And tomorrow I want to take my wife on a very, let's just say a very overdue date because we have been so busy. So anybody that can help with that, or as well as help with the hashtag grocery gang, I would appreciate it. All right, smash the like, hit the subscribe on the way in if you can. Hit the Cash App and the Super Chat, and let me get this in order. And as the great Jackie Gleason said best, and away we go. What up, fine?
Listen, I am so happy to have you on this show today. And I am excited for people to hear your stories. Because she got some stories to tell, okay?
Anybody that says stories, well, I take that back because I've said stories. So buckle your seatbelt.
I love to see success stories. I love to see people coming, literally getting it out the mud.
Yes, Lord.
And because you are a testimony, a walking testimony. So I'm going to do a little quick bio, introduce her to the show, and we're going to get into it, y'all, okay? Because Chanel got some shit to say. Chanel.
You want a walking testimony? You're listening to him.
Dior is a TikToker and a model, as you can see. She is a hair.
I can't see. A TikToker, possibly. A model? Yeah, more on that later. Let's go.
Influencer, hair be popping, okay? She has had over 28.5 million viewers, okay? She went viral in 2020, y'all, and she been going at it ever since. Chanel got some shit to say. Y'all welcome Chanel to the show.
Hello.
Look, Chanel, are you from where are you from?
I'm from Charlotte.
You an original?
I'm an original. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Unheard of.
It really is nowadays. I don't know what y'all. We are full. Nobody else come here. Nobody. Y'all get out.
I mean, it's literally ridiculous. Every time I meet somebody from. I moved from here. You literally never meet nobody
right.
from Charlotte.
I'm from fucking Charlotte.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hen Valley, to be exact. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that recently you have accomplished some pretty big educational goals. So I want you to pop your shit right quick.
Hey, well, So basically, I dropped out when I was like 15 because I had my son really, really early. Yeah. So I had to go back to school recently. So I finally got my high school diploma and I got my.
That's
It
big.
may not be a big deal
That's
to you
huge.
guys, but baby, it took me a long time to get that shit. And I got my CDL.
Come
so
on now.
you know what I'm saying? So I drive trucks, trains. Yeah, I'm a train driver now. Yeah. Don't play with her. Don't play with her.
Period.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing big things. So I'm
Don't play with a. Don't play with a. Finish your sentence, will you please?
going back to school, hair school. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing
That's
a lot
major.
right now.
That is
Yeah.
major. Do not downplay it. Y'all better give
Yeah.
her put some respect on her name. That is big. That high school
Yeah.
Never mind.
diploma is big. Some people
Hell
just give up
yeah.
and don't even.
I
like,
gave
I'm
up.
gonna
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna lie. I gave up. Like I tried to do it, and like when I was like 19 or whatever, but I got pregnant again. Being fast. Yeah, I couldn't get right. I could not.
I will say this. She did say and admit that she was fast and that she couldn't get right. I couldn't get right either for the longest time, especially in the past 3 years with all the health problems that I've been through. And she also said that she didn't give up. So I will give her credit and applause for that. Never, ever, ever, ever give up on something that you want. Ever. So I will give her kudos for that.
You're right. I'm telling you.
But you got it right.
I
You
did.
good now.
Finally.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
As long as you got breath, you good.
You can keep going. Thank you, Jesus.
I don't know what my engineer over there doing, y'all, but he's doing something. So, oh my god. Oh, okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you just got to keep going. Like that's basically what I'm doing. Like, cause I'm the oldest of 6 children,
Ooh.
so yeah, like a lot of stuff done. Just kept me from getting it done, but I finally got it done. So
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you said that you went viral in 2020.
Yes,
what did you go viral for?
Finding my son's dad.
Let's get into it. So you were. So let's do a little background first.
Okay.
So
I've always wanted to ask this question. Is there a difference when you say dad than when you say father? I don't know why that question just popped in my head, but it did. So if you're tuned in and you hear that, can someone answer that for me? Is there a difference? Does it depend on the situation? Does it depend on the conversation? Does it depend? I am just awfully curious about that.
you said you were a teen mom. How old were you when you had your son?
I was 16. So 2 weeks after my 16th birthday, I had my son.
Okay.
So my son will be 20 this year. He will be 20 October 6th. Nobody believes me. Nobody. Like when I tell them my son is driving and everything, like nobody believe me.
Wow.
Like nobody.
Let me make this announcement here. You all know I'm a sports journalist and a sports announcer. And anyone who is familiar with the name Dick Vitale, he just announced on social media that my report on the biopsy of the lymph node in my neck has arrived and it is cancerous. With all the prayers I have received and love and support of my family and friends and ESPN colleagues, I will win this battle. Surgery on Tuesday will be a success. Thanks for all the prayers. This is a guy who has survived cancer 3 different times. He'll survive this one. So if you're a sports fan and you're familiar with Dick Vitale, please, 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 please offer some prayers for him and his family and his colleagues. Lord knows I will. All right, back to business.
I swear to God, like when we're together, they be like, "No, that is not your son." I'm like, "Yes, the fuck it is."
So so you said you went viral for finding his dad.
Yeah.
How did you lose contact with the dad?
Okay, so basically, being fast, I used to like go over my godmother's house back in the day, and it was this boy that stayed up above my godmom. Like he was just this cute older boy, and I just started messing with him. Nobody knew I was messing with him.
Sorry.
And he basically stole a gold watch from the people that he was staying with. And at the time, I thought that was his mom and dad, and I thought that was his family upstairs. So when he stole the gold watch, like all hell broke loose. So they kicked him out. And when I went back over my godmom house, I'm like, where's Micah? Like, where is he? And it was like, oh, he gone. I'm like, okay, well, where is he? And I'm like, that's not your brother? She was like, hell no, that's not my brother. I'm like, what the fuck you mean it's not your brother? And then she was like, yeah, that's just a that was just a group home. That was just like group home brother. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, so where is he? I don't know. What you mean you don't know?
And down the rabbit hole we go.
So from that point, I didn't never see him. So like a month or two later, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh my God.
Like literally. So now I don't know where he is. So and then you think about it, like back then it was no MySpace, it was no Facebook, it was nothing. And then I didn't know his last name at the time because I thought it was their last name. So it was no way for me to find him. Then when I did try to find him, the family that he was staying with, like the guy he was staying with, he died. He committed suicide.
Oh Lord, goodness gracious.
Then my godmother, she died of AIDS.
Do we really want to untangle that particular web or that particular part of the web? Nope.
Chanel.
It was no way.
Chanel. Oh my God. This is insane.
Like I'm getting chilled, but I'm just thinking about that shit. It was no way.
Oh my God.
It was no way. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just hit you. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, yeah, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready. Wow. Okay. So at this point.
Okay. I understand about not being ready for news like that. Originally, yesterday, I said you're a podcast host. You're always supposed to expect the unexpected, which is true to a point. But I don't think even this unexpected you can be prepared for. So I retract what I said yesterday.
Point. Okay. So at the time that your godmom passes away, is the baby born already? Okay,
yeah,
he's already born.
He was about 3 at the time or whatever. So Jesus. Yeah. But because I wasn't really paying no attention. I'm just like, okay, I'll find him eventually. He'll just surface at some point. I'm thinking I'll eventually see him. Hell no. So years pass. I'm like, damn, I'm still not seeing this nigga like nowhere. Then like MySpace started, MySpace came out. So I'm typing like Micah. Like I still don't see this dude. Like,
but you still don't have a last name.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find them. Like, and then Facebook came out. I'm like, Micah, like there's no way. Then I just so happened to find the girl that I hung out with or whatever. It was this girl named Sasha. I found her in like 2014. And I was like, if you ever hear from him at any point ever, I was like, please just tell him he have a son. Just tell him. So all hell broke loose in 2020 when all hell broke loose.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
That's when she hit me up. She messaged me on Facebook and she was like, Micah just hit me. He just messaged me out of nowhere. He just got out of prison and was like, he was just checking on me, just asking me how I was doing.
No comment.
And she was like, do you want me to tell him? I said, bitch, if you don't tell him
right
now. So she broke the news to him. I didn't. So he called me immediately after. And then he just called me like 5 minutes after. And he was just like, I'm sorry.
What the hell you mean you sorry? Nigga, you
but see, he didn't know.
But he didn't know you were pregnant.
Didn't even know. Yeah, he didn't know nothing.
So this whole...
That's how you track something back. She was all ready to jump into you sorry, but then, she provided the clarification that he didn't know, and she dialed it back. I'll give her kudos for that.
Where was he?
He was in fucking Durham.
This whole time?
Durham.
Oh my God.
Okay. I use words for a living. I use cities for a living. And I know I used to live close to the city, about an hour away therefrom. But it's this is the perfectionist in me, even though I lived in the South for a while. It is not Durham, it is Durham. Okay? Now I understand about having a southern accent, and I make fun of my wife when her southern twang comes out, and she makes fun of me when my southern twang comes out. But in this case, when you're on a microphone, it is Durham, not Durham, even though I've said it. It's Durham. At least that first time, pronounce it correctly. It's Durham, North Carolina.
He in Durham, North Carolina, which is like what?
An hour and a
hour?
half away.
Oh,
Hour and a half, my ass. This I talked about yesterday also. Two Tribs, the first one in here with a comment. Thank you very much, my friend. Hit the like and spread it to your friends because I'm going to be here a while breaking all this down, offering my thoughts the same way BGS offered his thoughts yesterday. Mine are going to be completely different, but some of the same points are going to be touched upon. So thank you, Two Trib, for being the first one in here. If you like what you hear, make a Cash App donation or a Super Chat donation. That will help me, that will help my family, and that will help the channel. But yeah, getting back to what I said, it is pronounced Durham. I guess that's part of dad and mom being on me for years about how to pronounce words. So I retract that also.
oh my God.
So he went back to his family, like his mom,
His
and
real family.
Yeah. Yep. He went back to Durham, and I guess he got married like in 2005. And yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Oh my God. Okay, so now he knows.
You know,
This is 2020,
2020.
and he wants to meet him.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Okay, so I paid for him a train ticket here.
Mhm.
So like I'm gonna say a week later, he comes down here. So that's when I started like recording shit. So I
Sometimes the words that are mispronounced, and I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to having a command of the English language, but I at least would like to think that I have a very good command of the English language, even though I've had bloopers all of my life. I've had bloopers all of my life. Okay? I believe the correct pronunciation is pronounced recording. Or if you slip like I do, and I've done many times, you say recording. Okay? I don't know why I'm such a stickler when it comes to the pronunciation of words, probably because I've been a broadcaster for 28 years. But the word is pronounced recording. But there's a lot more than that in this episode. Let's go.
I like recording him like at the train station. I like waited for him like a whole hour or whatever, and then I just surprised my son with him. Like I picked him up, took him over, and that's the story that went viral.
Right.
And then like the UK people, they started hitting me up. Like they took my story, they paid me for the story. I'm like, what is going on? Like this is really happening. And then that it happened in 2020. Then I shared the story again in 2021, and it went bigger. Like the story went more viral even in 2021. It was crazy.
And then if y'all have not watched the video, I shared it today on my Facebook. At the end of it, they were like really excited and happy that they found each other. And then what happened? Because now it's 2024.
Okay, I just caught something. And I want you guys to answer a question. I want you guys to think about this. I know we have crazy social media IDs. I mean, hell, I use my nickname Snowman. But why would you want to have an ID with the words wet dream attached to it? Anybody catch that besides me?
Okay, so the last time I seen him was last year. He did come to my son's graduation. My son graduated last year in May. He came. He did. But that was the last time. And I'm going to say my son seen him twice before that. He's only seen my son 3 times since. he met him.
Oh, wow.
Just 3 times, y'all. Like a lot of people always want to know what happened after that. He did not keep in contact with my son like that. And this, I'm gonna say, is not really. I take that back. It was more so his significant other. It really wasn't him. It was his significant other. She didn't like me because, you know, when you look a certain way.
Are you really trying to blame this on looks? Okay. Let's go on.
You know what I'm saying? You get a little upset. And I understand.
Maybe it's because of you not looking a certain way, but acting a certain way. Maybe it's because your attitude, to borrow from the popular vernacular, is, what are the words? Out of pocket. You ever thought about that? Probably not. Going on.
I understand. I get it. I ain't mad. I ain't even mad at you. But it is what it is. So he already grown. He grown though. Like there's nothing really you could do. Financially, the man is grown. I already done handled it. So it is what it is. I just needed you to be there. Just be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just call him, check on him, see how he what's up. Like that's it. I didn't need.
Does he have other kids?
No.
Really?
My son is his only child.
Now that's ridiculous.
That's the sad part.
That's just ridiculous.
It breaks my heart.
Does his wife have kids?
Yeah, she had one son.
Okay, they're married. And your son is not his only child now. Take it from someone who married into a family. I lost my daughter when she was 2. I married my wife, and now I have a bunch of children and a bunch of grandchildren. And I thank God for them every day. So get it right, will you please? And thanks to All-Star G and LXST for coming in and sitting in with me. Let's roll.
Prior to them being together. And she's older than him.
Wow. This is an insane story for real.
And then what made it worse was that, like, the first time he came down here by himself, and he was so nice. He was just, oh my God, he was so open and just he enjoyed me, my son. Like, it was just the best experience ever. And then when she came down the second time, like with his whole family, she was so standoffish. She was just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, she couldn't stand the fact that he even had a child. Like, bitch, where did you come from? And I get it. Like, I understand it because you've been around since 2005, and then all of a sudden he have a baby, a grown ass child, teenager. I get it. But I didn't do shit. He didn't cheat on you. It's not like he cheated on you or nothing. The baby.
And it's not like it's a little baby. Yeah. It's like a grown man.
And I don't want him.
You know, I always talk about body language because it was taught to me. Take a look at that face on the right of Chanel and take a look at the host's face who's about to burst into laughter. Does that not put a black man down, or am I misreading this? Give me your thoughts. Oops.
You're good, girl. You're good. I just wanted him to get to know his child. That's it. Like, you're good.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like, and then the pictures, like, so I started like recording like certain stuff, and like people could see the anger in her face in some of the videos. Like, if you scroll all the way down my Instagram, like you can see the hate in this girl's face, bro. Like, so people started like saying stuff and just, so she got so mad at people's comments, she started saying things to me. And like her family started like threatening me, calling me, threatening me, like to the point where I had to change my number.
Threatening you about to do what? What was it?
Beat me up
for what? Like
what? They were threatened to. Let me see if I heard this correctly. They were threatening to do what to you? Really? Maybe it's just me and my cynical self and the cynical way that I've become towards the black community after all the hell I've been through over the course of 51 years. But I ain't buying this one. Am I wrong, gentlemen? Let me know in the chat. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's all I'll ask. I want to be fair and balanced. But am I wrong for thinking the way that I'm thinking?
You can control the comments. Oh my God. Yeah, that's
The hate was real.
Because you allowed it to be real, dumbass.
Hate was real. It's still real, I guess. I don't know.
A mistake I've often made also just to stay fair and balanced.
How does your son feel about all of this?
He don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. That man don't care at all. Like if he sat on this couch right now, he'd be like he really would say, I don't give a fuck.
Did you tell him that emotion? Did you teach him that emotion? Did you show him that emotion? That's all I want to know. Did you show, teach, and breed that emotion into him? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Is that not a fair question?
He don't care about none of it. He don't.
So he doesn't want a relationship with him.
He
at
don't
all?
give a fuck. Just as simple as that. He can have one or he don't have to.
That wasn't the question that was posed.
Because when you so used to not having it, it just don't matter.
Yeah.
Like when you just so used to not having it.
Yeah. I believe me, I understand.
It is.
Jeez. So your family y'all got some stuff going on in this bloodline here.
It's just the half of it.
We're gonna get into another story that kind of like took me
beyond this.
Oh my God.
This is
I was like, wait, what?
Thank you, All-Star G.
Like, what is going on? So, I mean, you have your story just so unique, like so unique, and it really started with your mom. And so I'm gonna let you tell the people, oh my God, your mom's story.
Okay.
Because this
is where I began to run out of time yesterday, but I can go through today. We're at the 35-minute mark, and all I will say is, you think I told you to buckle up before? You better buckle up now.
Is wild.
Hello, Mom, if you're watching.
Hey, Mom.
Okay, so my mom was taken, right? I guess I'm not really sure of the story. I can't really elaborate because I don't know. All I know is that she was taken when she was like 4 years old, right? And she was taken with her like 3 other siblings. So she had a sister, a brother, and like she had 2 other sisters and a brother that was taken with her. She was taken with one of her sisters. They were taken, they were adopted, and then the brother and the other sister, they were taken somewhere else. Who knows where the hell they went to? We never knew.
Jesus.
All my mama ever told me was she remembered them being put in separate cars. That's all she said she remembered. So, the sister that she do remember being taken with, she treated my mama like shit. All these years, like my mom has been very nice to her. You know what I'm saying? She never treated her right. And it always bothered me over the years. Like, I just want my mom to have a family. I want my mom to know where her family is. Like, it's just me and my family, like my siblings. It's nobody else. Like, we don't have nobody else. It's nobody. So I'm like, where are these people at? And it's been 50 years. Like, where is my mom's family? So, something just, I know, and it's like my mom is getting older. So I'm like, time is ticking. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 30s now. I'm almost 40. Like, all my siblings older. I'm like, we need to figure this out. So on my mom's 54th birthday this year, literally on her birthday, I had got out of work and I had bought the 23andMe little kit. And I didn't even know if that shit really worked. Right. I was just like, I'm just gonna try this shit for real. Like, I'm just gonna see if it worked. So I had got it off Amazon, and I went to her house or whatever, had her spit in a little cup, sent it off. And like 4 weeks later, got the results. So I had went online and it was like this name that popped up, some dude named Tyree Brown. And I'm like, okay, I know my mom's last name was Brown before she was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started like Googling. No, I had went on Facebook and I typed in Tyree Brown on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, let me message this dude. And I was like, I just asked him, I said, do you know who Daisy and Titus is? And that's the two siblings that she got separated from. So he never responded back. So I just kind of started going through all his friends, like all his friends and stuff. And I seen all the Browns. So I started messaging all the motherfuckers. Like trying to like message. I literally was trying to find them. Like I'm just like,
I'm trying to curb my swearing. I really am. I really am. I've let myself go in the past 3 years. Okay, knowing how much talking I do. Okay, knowing how much talking I do. Lawrence Ross, greetings to you. And yes, indeed, we are back. And I think this is going to be a weeknight thing, following up on the subjects that BGS talks about or the subjects that you guys want me to talk about. Speaking of which, in preparation for Monday, I want to do something early in the afternoon because I want to do baseball all next week with my daughter being on vacation and build up my play-by-play channel. So give me some ideas of what you all would like me to cover. If there are links, let me know, and I'll give you my email address. Back to this. I'm trying to curb my swearing. I really, really am because my wife made a comment to me, and she says she doesn't recognize me sometimes when I swear, but she understands when I go completely off. I'm really trying to curb that. But hearing this, that rubbed me the wrong way. It just does. It just did, and it still does. I lived with my sister and my mother for many years, and same-ish, different house.
who? I'm just trying to figure it out because it got to be one of these people.
Right.
So just so happens this lady named Nicole messaged me back and she was like, what's your mama's name? And I was like, my mom's name is Curlin. And she was like, well, Daisy and Titus is my brother and sister.
Oh.
And I'm like, hold up. Like, my mama never said nothing about no Nicole.
Right.
Duh.
Like, she only said something about Daisy and Titus. So who are you? Like, who is this?
Right.
So she was like, well, my mom had 5 other kids after those 4 were taken. So I'm like, hold up. So my mom have more siblings? Wait a minute, wait.
Oh my God.
So she has way more siblings that she never met before. So I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Then I said, okay, well, I know
I don't have to explain my thoughts on swearing. Even though I love George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Lewis Black, and quite a few others. I'm trying my best to get back to not swearing on air at all. I'm really, really trying that. But hearing this really rubs me the wrong way. Let's go.
grandma, like, because I always known that my grandma was dead. Like, they always said that my grandma was dead. She had went crazy, something like that's all I ever heard.
Right.
He was like, who the fuck said that?
The lady not dead.
She was like, who the fuck said my mama was dead? She is not dead. So you're saying that my grandmother is still alive? My mom's mom is still alive. That's what you're telling me. And she said, yes, she's 71 years old. I'm like, yo.
Oh my God.
You know, if I were to find it, you know what? I'll tell you a funny story. When I found out that my daughter passed away in 2015, there was a gentleman, and I use the term very, very loosely, that tried telling me that she didn't pass away, that she was living with another family just so she can get away from me. I can agree with this emotion because there was a time that I believed it. Then I got the confirmation I needed. Once you get the confirmation, your emotions will get out of control. Trust me. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Forgive me, burnt the sumbitch when I got done with it.
So do you know where like Daisy and Titus is? And she was like, yeah. are you for real? Like, yo, everything just opened up. Everything. I found out everything. And my uncle, he passed away. Daisy is in Vegas somewhere. And I got a whole bunch of aunts and a whole bunch of cousins that I never met. And I'm the oldest cousin.
What in the world? Wait. So where's your grandma? Like where?
They're all in Maxton, North Carolina. They're like an hour away from here.
Oh my God. Jesus.
For real?
Lord, Fred related to Daggone Chanel.
I never even heard of Maxton until they came about.
Wow.
Given the situation, I'd be in a lot of shock myself. I get it. In this case, I get it. Because I discovered when I was a child that I had a half brother, which messed me up for a while, and then I got to meet him. So with this emotion, I get it. On this scale, I don't know how bad I would be messed up over it if it was on a scale like this.
For real, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I never heard of it.
What?
I never heard of it.
So did your mom meet her mom?
The video, like you get to see them meeting for the first time. Everything.
Oh my God.
It is major. Like when I say
that's crazy.
My mom got to meet her fucking mom. Like
that's like just saying that out loud is it's
like
wild.
I have a grandmother. Like what? What?
Oh Lord. When the book coming out?
It's supposed to be a movie.
A book. You need a book and a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I
need somebody to help me.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Hearing all this, you start to think, forgive me once again, A, haven't we heard this before? And B, same shit, different house. Am I wrong on either of those 2 points? Gentlemen, please tell me, am I wrong on either of those 2 points? You hear stories like this within the black community, especially with the black women, and you begin to think 2 things. One, I've heard it all before, and B, same shit, different house.
Like this
if I get the right people to help me and do what I need to do, I'm going to do it.
This is insane, yo.
I'm gonna do it because it's too much. It's too much to unpack, and it's so much like to the point where it's so much shit that I can't even talk about on air.
Right.
Okay, here's a very important question. Where's the grandfather? And the most important question of all, where's the father? Where is your father and grandfather, my dear? Because you have not mentioned either of those 2 gentlemen who should, let me insert a correct word here, who should play a very prominent role in your life. And yet, save the son and your son's father, you've yet to mention them. Anybody see anything wrong with this picture?
You know what I'm saying? It's too much.
Wow.
It's too much because they would kill me about some of the stuff a lot.
So how does your mom feel now? Like about meeting?
She's happy.
Okay, that's
like
good.
I'm just thankful that she was able to see my grandma. Like honestly, like more than anything,
somebody's dead.
Oh
my God!
And just seeing my.
I don't know if I missed it, but did she ever mention what happened to the grandfather? Did she ever mention what happened to her grandfather? Did she ever mention what happened to her father?
My grandma, like I never thought I would be able to see my grandma ever. Like I just knew her name was Sarah. That's all I ever knew. I never thought I'd be able to see that woman ever. And we drove down there. Me and my mom drove down there like 2 months ago, and we had a whole cookout. And I got to meet some of my cousins and some of my little cousins. I'm like, this is my real, like, this is my real family.
It's like a Tyler Perry movie for real.
Dead ass. I was like, these my real cousins. Like, these my people. These my real. This my blood. Like, these my real people.
Yeah.
And
Anybody mention anybody? Any with her talking about meeting her cousins and meeting her grandmother? A very important question continues to pop in my head, and I will continue to repeat it. There are two men that are missing in this equation, and she hasn't mentioned them once. Anybody want to take a guess as to why?
Look alike. My mom looked like these people for
Right.
real. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
It is.
Thank God for you for actually being diligent, because that had to be a lot of work going through all them people.
Yeah.
To find.
I didn't
who you need to
care.
find.
I was.
You could have mentioned where your father and your grandfather are to help you get through all this. You could mention that. You could mention the role that they played in your life, if anything. Lawrence Ross says, what about the grandfather? Very true. He also backs it up with no mention of the man at all. She World. Yep. And Fabrication Unlimited. I think that's how it's spelled. She is Wait. Uh-huh. All three of those are very true. Let's go.
I was consistent.
That's good. That is good.
And I was bored.
That should tell you everything you need to know about how she feels about the men in and of her family. That comment right there. And she's going along with it. I'm willing to guess that she has done something similar, but that is a guess.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I found out at work too. I was literally at work on my break and I started crying. I mean, I was like in tears, like bawling at work. Everybody was looking at me like, do you need to go home? You sure? You good?
Wow. Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
All
right. I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah.
See, here's something that she's gone through finding out about the women in her family. Nothing about the men. Nothing about the men. All right? And her coworkers are checking on her to see if she's okay. Here's a question. Why doesn't it happen for the men when it happens to them? That is a matter I can speak on. When I found out I lost my daughter. I lost my daughter, and no one checked on me to see if I was okay. And not just me. I know quite a few other men that have lost their children. And it just seemed like no one gave 2/5 of a half of a damn about it. What is wrong with this picture? Does anybody notice the imbalance except me or besides me? I lose my baby girl at age 2. And no one cares. I'm sitting in a McDonald's bawling my eyes out. And the young lady who I was supposedly dating at the time said, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about business. And no one in that McDonald's, as loud as it was getting between us, came to my defense. You know the screwed up part? They came to her defense first. And thought I was the aggressor when I had nothing but tears in my eyes after finding out Donna had passed away. And you wonder why men continue to get screwed right and left. In Fabrication, I was told the same thing. Lawrence Ross, absolutely. Man up, power through it, we're told. That's bullshit. Men have feelings too. But a question to the gynocracy. And I want you gentlemen to put the most obvious answer in the chat when I pose this question to the gynocracy, because I'm not afraid to challenge them. I never have been afraid to challenge the gynocracy. The question is this: does a man's emotions matter to y'all at all? Do they? If they do, why don't you act like it?
Listen, they ain't know what was going on. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Well, I am glad that we got to tell your story before we get into
Yes.
some juicy stuff.
All right.
Even though
That's
that
not
was
juicy enough.
I'm talking about other people's stuff.
All right.
But no, that was beyond juicy. That was listen, that was Element, Lifetime, on Tyler Perry, everybody rolled up in one.
Yes,
Okay.
Lord.
Whew, that's
And a man who has fought cancer, beat it, blood clots, beat it, a toe amputation, beat it, has beaten off the effects of chemotherapy, whose wife was told, get your affairs in order until they moved back to the state where they got married, and then told that we'll get the tumor for you. The fellow who has been sitting in a wheelchair for the past 6 months and has put on a significant amount of weight, and everything that has been pointed out to me concerns the weight and not concerning why I put on the weight. Philip Redden, thanks for joining, my friend. If y'all like this in my commentary, please make a Cash App donation or drop a super chat. I would love to have both because I want to turn this into my income. I've never been shy about it. And oh, by the way, here's a curveball, ladies, in case you don't know. I've been declared disabled. I'm not allowed to claim disability. Never thought about any of that, have you? And Lawrence, you make a great point. The mindset of the sisterhood seems to be all men are interchangeable. Dealt with that living with my mother and my sister. There's a story from 2011 that I'm going to tell here in just a moment.
a story for your ass. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, now we know why you went viral.
A couple times. I've been viral so many times.
That is crazy. Okay.
Here's a question. And I want you gentlemen to think about this. She went viral for mentioning everybody in her family except the two most important men, her father and her grandfather. Meanwhile, you got guys like me, you have men like me that have gone through hell in a handbasket physically, mentally, and emotionally, and nothing. You're in remission. You're fine. Go back to work. Why aren't you working 40 hours a week? You got your strength back. You can do what you need to do. I know you do anything for your wife, won't you? All that was used against yours truly in a span of months.
So I wanted to get into some stuff because since you are an influencer and you're heavy in social media, and
Influencer? No. Heavy? That's obvious. Heavy in social media? No.
I hear a lot. I'm gonna say this on. Well, I'm not gonna do a gender specific. I'm gonna just ask the question.
Okay.
You wanted to do a gender specific, didn't you? Look at the smile, folks. Look at the smile. She wanted to do a gender specific just to piss off the people who actually care about both sides. Find the lie.
Do you think social media destroys relationships?
Absolutely. The fuck?
Why do you think that?
Because it almost ruined my.
Because some of the women can't keep their fucking mouth closed. That's why. Let me repeat that. Because some of the women cannot keep their fucking mouth closed and off of their computer. They invite the drama. A mistake I've made for a long time in dealing with the health problems that I've dealt with. Until they learn to kick the drama out, it will always be this. So can social media destroy relationships? In a way, I agree. But in another way, I also think that the women can't keep their fucking mouth closed. Find the lie.
Fine. And I'm only say this because we pay attention to our phones too much. And I do.
Mhm.
I do now. Like, and I need to put my fucking phone down. Like, really, like, honestly, I'm not even joking. Like,
How the hell can you pick up your phone with those nails?
I need to spend time. Like, we need to have like certain times where we just need to sit it the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just turn it. I ain't gonna say turn it off, but put it on silent or whatever. Just sit it on the table.
Point there. Point there. Because what I've started doing after my wife brought it to my attention, I've turned my phone upside down and I put it on my dresser. And unless I'm listening to an audiobook or listening to something else, I don't pay attention to social media. I pay attention to my wife. She brought that concern to me, and I'm solving the problem. Let me ask you this, young lady. Now that you have the question posed to you, what are you going to do about it?
Watch a movie, just spend time, just me and him, like, for real, because it's really ridiculous. Like, I just be on my, like,
social media has finally given black men a voice after 60 years of female babble. Yes, social media has. And the sad part about it, black men still continue to be silenced through social media. You want the prelude to Diary of a Mad Snowman that I'm going to publish here pretty soon? It's called My Life in 2 Bags. It was me being homeless in 2017. More on that in a moment.
Because, you know, I'm a train driver, whatever. And I can just be driving a train and I can just be looking, like, just, you know, observing and stuff. And I just look at couples and stuff and I'm just observing life, you know, just seeing people. Right. All people do is just, couples. Like, they don't be, interacting with each other like nothing. It's sad.
Yeah.
Well, I can say me and my wife interact. We talk. We laugh. We zing each other. We pick on each other. We laugh. We talk. We make plans. We do all of that. Jody and I have done that since day one. And oh, by the way, one of the subjects that Jody and I have talked about often, how about how race is supposed to operate as compared to how it does operate? How about the fact that Jody's black husband gets wicked wrong looks from the gynocracy? Do I need to repeat the story of me and Jody going to Denny's the first night we were in North Carolina? Do I?
It's sad. Like, I hate it. I really hate it. It's not.
Well, that's your fault. What's up, Jay Moore? Thanks for coming in. Thanks to all you guys for coming in and participating in this. I've wanted to do this in full. Yesterday, as I said, I ran out of time. But today, we're going to get through this whole thing, and then we're going to lead right into BGS's stream. I do have the link for it. I'll post it before I get out of here. But let's continue with this.
How we used to be. It's not.
It's a huge distraction. A huge distraction.
Yeah.
There is a point. There is a point. Social media can be a huge distraction. To complete your sentence, if you let it. If you let it. Jody got on me for the last, for a little while, and I've started to change my ways. Will you allow someone to get on to you about that? And will you change your ways? My answer to those will be the following: no and hell no.
I had a guy come on my other podcast and he said that he would never date a girl who had over like 10,000 followers.
Why?
That's what I was like, well, why?
Yeah, the social butterfly between Jody and I is me because of my profession. Jody does not care. In fact, Jody loves the interaction I share with my followers and my fans, and she gets in on the fun. You can ask anybody in this chat right here that when Jody gets in on the fun. Hell, BGS and Jody said, don't be showing my dirty ass house, and BGS, who has seen pictures of Jody and I, has said, are you sure that's not a black woman? Jody heard that and started cracking up. And now it's a running joke. Let me pose a question to you, Gynocracy / sisterhood / insert name here. Have you forgotten what a joke was? Have you forgotten what laughter was? Have you forgotten what zinging your partner and having fun with it was? Huh? I'd like to know that.
He was like, because there's too many options. And I said, so even if it's 100, if it's 9,000, it's still
My
more
husband
options.
just said something about some of Boosie just said.
I'm sorry. Did she say husband? Did I miss that from earlier in the show? I want y'all to really help me out here. Did she say husband?
About back in the day, all you seen was your side piece, your girl, and work.
Oh, yeah.
Now you see a whole bunch of options. You see all this and that, what you can't get, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's just too much going on.
But they think that's the problem, though, the illusion where they
Yeah.
think they can get these things.
Yeah.
Like, I have to remind, I'm not.
I have who I want, and I'm happy. It's the gynocracy that thinks, for the most part, it's the gynocracy that thinks the way that she just explained. Are there men that think that way? Abso-fucking-lutely. But that number is starting to dwindle. That number is starting to dwindle. But you're too focused on what you're doing to notice. Am I right?
Not accessible. You think you can get to me, but you can't.
And you can't.
Like, it's not. This is all an illusion, y'all.
And it really be pissing me off because some guys, they be messaging me. I'm like, the nerve of you.
Yeah.
The nerve of you. You can never. Like, just the fact that
You all see that body language? You all see that body language? I will pose a simple question. How many of you guys think, with her saying the nerve of you, she actually meant the contrary? I'd like to be wrong.
you even trying, like, I ain't even trying to be funny, but no.
Well, social media gives them that courage where if it was in person, they wouldn't dare.
Right.
They just wouldn't dare. So.
Sir.
Says you, because you let them. Says you, because you want them to, just so you can have first right of refusal. Says you, because in the immortal words of the late great George Carlin, she's full of shit.
And I'm the type, I would tell your ass, it ain't gonna happen. I'm not nice at all. This one girl,
that's obvious.
Okay, it was this girl that tried me once. I kid you not, she hit me up, and I said, "You are not my type. You're not cute to me, whatever, right?" And I seen her at a party.
Uh-oh.
She confronted me. She was like,
"What are you doing at a party? Minus your husband.
You're fucking mean as fuck. You really just said that to me, like she." And I was like, "Oh shit, she about to beat me up because I said that shit." I'm like, "Girl,
yeah, folks they get a lot of courage on there."
Yeah, well,
I know a lot of people say that if you don't post your significant other, then they trying to hide you, or that can destroy a relationship. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You do.
Probably because, and I am venturing a guess here, that she's done it.
I ain't posting no nigga on my page. That ain't my husband.
Well, he's my husband.
Correct. And right you are both.
And so,
well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, most people not married, they like in relationships and they.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that because I've been with mine for 18 years. So I don't really know about that. I don't know about these other hosts for real.
And they wonder why. And black women wonder why they feel like they're so disrespected. How about the fact that you disrespect each other? You ever thought about that?
But you know what? what be pissing me off is like when I see a lot of girls, they post nigga after nigga. After
Oh
nigga,
my
like,
God.
I'm like, y'all doing too much. Why y'all keep
Watch your language, please, and watch the use of that word. It's rankling my nerves.
posting all these dudes?
I'm
Like,
exhausted.
make sure that this is really what you want. Stop posting them. Like, just kind of hold on.
They be too excited.
Yeah, just hold on.
Too excited.
Because he might be a little, just hold on. You can tell when a female ain't never had nothing.
He might be a little what? And what's up, AB Media? Glad you're in here. He might be a little what? Complete your thought. Or are you scared to complete your thought?
Just calm
Absolutely.
down.
Absolutely.
down.
Yeah. I ain't doing
No
it.
shade.
I don't want
love
y'all in my business.
No shade. My ass. You've been throwing shade since minute 1 of this thing. No shade. My ass.
Yeah, just calm down.
Y'all need to know what I got going on.
Right, but see, me personally,
And yet you're sitting in front of a microphone talking to a somewhat social media influencer, agreeing with her and discussing what's going on with her and adding a little bit of your life to it. Hypocritical much? Or am I wrong on this one?
I've been with the same dude
Right.
since I was 17. Like, so I'm not really out here in the streets. So
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's an absolute freaking lie.
I don't really know.
Oh my God. So what's one of the wildest things somebody said to you on social media?
It's what they've done to me on social media.
Yeah, I believe
Man, like I done been live a couple of times. They done pulled their Johnson out in front, like on live a couple of times. I'm like, y'all just do not care at all.
They don't.
Even at my job, they have done this to me on my job. On my job.
Oh wow. See, no.
You ever get the feeling she's leading them along? Oops. Did I say that aloud? That's for you, AB Media.
God be with them. God be
No
with
way.
them.
Wrong. God be with you. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Men, a lot of men.
Speaking of disgusting, I believe I said this yesterday. Now I'm going to say it to both of you. And folks, forgive the way I'm going to phrase this, because I've been triggered. Speaking of disgusting, why don't the two of you look in a goddamn mirror?
And don't have any. They don't care. They'll just do anything.
And it be little. It be
Neither do you.
like
And you're going to, okay, you don't care, and yet you're going to say that. And she's buying right into this. Really?
Oh
like,
my
you for
God.
real?
Yeah,
Like you really got on camera with that little thing.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
They be trying to show it off.
So what would?
They think it's that. Ain't nobody tell them.
It's a Vaino.
Ain't nobody tell them though.
R-Star G, I posed a question, and a friend of mine posed this to me. How many F's are in trifling? Because you could put a whole bunch of F's in the word trifling in this case. And when I say a whole bunch, I mean, AB, this is for you. Enough to fill up Lucas Oil Stadium or wherever your favorite stadium is. Except Bank of America Stadium. But as you said before, no shade. You're right.
They be lying to them.
Well, I can't feel that, sir.
I can't.
And you say that. Can you feel anything? In your present state, in your present look, in your present body, can you feel anything? I've got to pose the question that everybody else won't. Can you feel anything? More to the point, do you want to feel anything? Huh? I mean, Jesus. Do you want to feel anything? And All-Star G, you are so right. Both of these women are very trifling. And you can make the 304, and anyone who can't translate that, let me help you out, turn it upside down, you can put it on the scoreboard as big as the United Center, which is actually small compared to some of the football video boards, I beg your pardon, that I've seen.
You find it, shit, let alone feel it.
And then she adds to it. Do you know how to control your guest? Or is this a meeting of the sisterhood that you're just putting out there for everybody? Which one do you guys think it is? Is it the fact that she can't control her guest, or is it the fact that it's a meeting of the sisterhood and they just don't care? Or is it option C, all of the above?
I can't. Social media be wild, man. They be wild. Y'all just don't understand. They be bold too.
We understood better than you think.
I've a lot of mess. Like, it was this one dude. He called me over 100 times, talking about, I'm about to come. Calling me.
Stop. I'm gonna stop. What the hell? If you get called over 100 times from a guy telling you that he's about to come, how many times of those 100 times did you answer him? You know what? Let's keep going. I'm going to hate myself in the morning for this. I'm really going to hate myself for this. And Lawrence, you're right. Paul, I love your question. How can she expect to feel anything when home chick has been run through? Forwards, backwards, inside and outside. I'm going to regret this, but we're going to keep going for just a few more minutes just to see how much more I can stomach before I really shut it down.
At the same time. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I swear to God, I swear.
Chanel, I have a question. Did you come with him or for him? Or both? I may be wrong in asking that question, but I don't know.
Oh, that's just terrible.
And like one dude, he merged my picture with his dick. Like he merged our picture, his dick with my picture.
Oh my.
Why would anyone want to do that? Why would anyone want to do that? And if they did do that, what the hell was he thinking?
Ooh, child.
I don't even be doing that much.
That's ridiculous. That's nasty. Well, Fred, we're going to take us a commercial break real quick, 30 seconds.
And I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. Because I have no reason now to continue. Everything that was just exposed and shown on this little show, if you want to call it a show. And you wonder why. And you wonder why the sisterhood is so far in the bottom of the barrel at where it is. And you wonder why that is the case. Ooh, speaking of my honey, hold on a minute. Well, I got a hot date because my wife just called me, and I'm gonna go meet her at Applebee's. We are watching the GBS Gynocratic Broadcasting System. Absolutely. And I want to play a clip real quick for Lawrence Ross. Matter of fact, I'll play two of them, and then I got to shut it down and get on out of here. And I'll get you all the link that you need for the for BGS's broadcast. Let me pose this question. Is the Gynocratic Broadcast System going to change anytime soon? Bishop Bullwinkle, if you would, please.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
That's the answer I was looking for. And Lawrence Ross, this is for you.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And then some. And of course, I got to play my usual triple play before I get on out of here because I got a beautiful woman waiting on me. That's where the Gynocratic Broadcast System is. And if it's going to change anytime soon,
You fool!
because they gave themselves a
Tiger uppercut.
which makes every gentleman ask,
What in the all types of blue hell?
and Kevin,
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
they have the mind of 14 and 15-year-olds. No lie to be found. None. No lie to be found whatsoever. All right. BGS is up next at 7:15. That's the link that you need. And I got to go meet a pretty lady for a hot date tonight. So I got to throw some better shorts on. I know I know that much, and I'm in the process of doing laundry. But I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping in tonight, and leave a comment in the comment section below of what you would like me to tackle next. Okay, because I want to make this a weeknight thing, and you guys seem to enjoy the comment and content rather, and besides the sports content, and I want to bring more of it. All right, so that will do it for me. I got to get dressed because, as I said, I have a hot date tonight. God bless y'all. I am out of here. I'll see you Monday.